William the Conqueror and Doomsday initiated a great change for the New Forest. With the coming of Doomsday and William's strict forest laws, this hunter's days will be numbered. This was now the King's hunting preserve. No fences were permitted within the forest. Deer and domestic livestock could graze the vast areas of heath and wildwood. But in the centuries to come, this was to change. Timber now interested the Crown. In Tudor and Elizabethan England, oak was widely used. Its qualities of strength and durability made it the perfect building material. And it was those very qualities that kept Britannia ruling the waves. But quality oak was running short. More had to be planted. It was to be a century or more before those trees would be ready. Many of those planted oaks were still being harvested in the early 20th century. The traditional methods of harvesting oak used even before Doomsday could take a team all day to fell and extract one tree with only axes and saws. But that was to change with mechanization. Today, timber processors have replaced much of the tree felling once undertaken by hand. To fell, delimb, and cut to the required length can take as little as a minute. Most conifers regenerate rather poorly in our climate, while oaks produce a large number of acorns which readily grow. However, all is not plain sailing. Mammals such as deer will eat the acorns as they fall and remove tender young foliage. Squirrels also eat acorns and strip large amounts of bark from the tree, thereby rendering the timber worthless. Today, being much too heavy for the new timber processors, oak trees are still felled by hand. The operator removes the buttresses to avoid the trunk splitting as it falls. A sink cut is then made into the tree, facing the direction he wants it to fall. Cutting through from the back and driving in a wedge ensures the tree will fall in the desired direction. Victorian insect collectors were amazed by the huge variety of butterflies. Sadly, these insects are declining. By thinning the crop and opening up the canopy, more light can penetrate the forest floor, allowing the butterflies' food plants to grow. Numbers now appear to be improving. The forest keepers monitor bird of prey numbers. The information collected at the nest site and the measurements taken from these sparrowhawk chicks will be stored on a national database.
237.
An identification ring is fitted to each chick for future reference should it be found again. They are quickly returned to the nest, none the worse for their experience. Oaks on the open forest are not normally harvested and can grow to a great age. Some of these oaks were seeded before Nelson's Battle of Trafalgar, and many hole nesting birds use these ancient trees. Oak woodland is one of the most diverse habitats we have in Britain. Many animals and plants are dependent on oak in part or for all of their life cycle. As darkness falls, another group of animals also dependent on tree holes start to appear. The bats. Noctules are our biggest bat. They emerge at dusk from tree roosts, while long-eared bats will wait till darkness before venturing out. Specialized machines extract the timber to the nearest roadside. The timber is loaded onto large lorries and transported to various sawmills in the area. This particular load, weighing some 17 tons, is on its way to Holmesley Mill in the heart of the New Forest. It is quickly unloaded, and this green oak will eventually form many parts of a timber-framed building. All parts of the tree are used. Logs are sawn into posts and planks, with the offcuts stored for selling as firewood. The sawn timber is prepared with mortise and tenon joints ready for on-site construction. No nails are used in the assembly. All the joints are locked together with oak pegs. This stable is a work of art, with each piece individually shaped to fit with its neighbour, creating a high-quality, long-lasting building. The New Forest has been a source of timber since Saxon times. Later, the concept of growing tall, straight trees changed plantations into the regimented forms we see today. The Victorian era introduced a more general interest in the forest as a place to visit for pleasure and relaxation. That strong desire of the local people to protect the forest from commercial exploitation has continued to the present day, and this has enabled the area to retain its identity in a fast-changing world. The New Forest still echoes with the sights and sounds first chronicled at the time of Doomsday. Let us hope this will continue well into the future.